Hey YouTube, Jam here. Welcome back to the gaming station. Today, we're going to start updating the Meta Breakdown series. It's been about 2 weeks since the last round of balance changes, so I feel like that's enough time for people to figure out what's working in general right now in each mode, and that should lead to the stats somewhat showing what the meta is. I'm going to do this video the same way I did it the last time. I'm going to look at the top 10 brawlers in terms of win rates and the top 10 brawlers in terms of pick rates, and the 5 brawlers that are on both lists will be ranked as meta, giving higher priority to the brawlers that have the higher win rates. I'll also list 3 or 4 brawlers as honorable mentions. These will be brawlers that missed out on the list, but are still considered good for the mode. And like I said at the end of my last meta video, I'm going to try to condense the series into 3 videos if possible, as doing 5 different videos on the same topic, just different modes, gets boring for me to make and for you guys to watch. So that means we're going to do multiple modes in each of these videos. Today, I'm going to go through Gem Grab and Brawl Ball. These stats I'll be using for this video will be from Thursday, July 16th for reference. And as always, let me know what you guys think about these videos. If you think they should be done a different way, or if you don't agree with any of the brawlers I mentioned, let me know. I'm always open to feedback. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's get started with the video. The first mode we're going to go over is Gem Grab, and we'll start with the honorable mentions. Mr. P. So right now, Mr. P has the second highest win rate in Gem Grab at 62.2%, but misses the use rate list by a bit, so he didn't quite make the cut. As I said in my Brawlers You Should Push video, I think he's one of the best brawlers in the game if you have his star powers, and is a great control brawler. So the high win rates are no surprise to me. Gene. Gene is ranked second in use rates at nearly 7% and still holds a 52.5% win rate, which is great. But the win rate doesn't make the top 10 for that list, and thus is the reason I had to cut him from the 5 meta list. I'm not saying he's bad for the mode, as he's arguably one of the best mids for Gem Grab. It's just the way I'm reading the stats is all. Pam. Pam is 7th in win rates at 54.9%, and I could have stretched to put her in the top 5 because of her use rates, but sticking to the rules, she got snubbed because the number 5 brawler barely beats her in both win and use rates. But Pam is still a great choice for Gem Grab, as she can play mid or lane, has healing, and does great damage. Don't shy away from using her in Gem Grab by any means. Okay, now let's go over the 5 brawlers on my meta list. Number 5 is going to be Sandy. Right now, Sandy has the 5th highest win rates at 56.3% and the 12th highest use rates at 3.8%. I had to stretch to put him on the list because I only had 4 brawlers overlapping between the top 10 on each. But honestly, I think Sandy's lower use rates can be chalked up to his legendary rarity, as he's a really strong brawler right now. Sandy's a solid lane brawler and deals pretty consistent poke damage throughout a match. And we all know that Sandy's super is one of the most obnoxious in the game, especially if you're running his Rude Stand star power. He can throw that down in his lane or in the middle and make it impossible for the opposing team to regen health if they want to stay in their lane. The area of denial is so good in a control-based mode like Gem Grab. Next up on the list, at number 4, is Poco. Poco is 10th in win rates at 53.3% and 3rd in use rates at 6.4%. Poco is a healing machine, having 3 different ways to heal his team if you're running Decapo and have his gadget. It makes his team difficult to kill, and if he has a tank he can pocket through the match, you basically need to double team that tank just to have a chance at taking them down. But even if Poco doesn't have a tank, he can still be a pain to kill, and if he's carrying gems like he should be, it makes it difficult to swing the game your way if you lose a lot of gems early. Number 3 on the list is going to be Penny. Right now, Penny has the 8th highest win rates at 54.3% and the 5th highest use rates at 4.5%. Penny is very flexible in Gem Grab, being able to play both mid and lane depending on your team comp. Her cannon offers a lot of area of denial, especially if you're running her Balls of Fire star power. She also has a very good gadget that can provide wall break if you need it, and can punish players for getting too close to her cannon. Rosa is going to be the number 2 brawler on my meta list for Gem Grab. Right now, she has the 6th highest win rates at 55.8% and the 8th highest use rates at 4.4%. Rosa is arguably one of the best lane brawlers for Gem Grab, and I feel like there are a lot of really good maps for her in rotation right now. She benefits from maps that have bushes along the edges that she can hide in and connect with her gadget, like Stone Fort and Undermine. Also, having Poco so prevalent in the meta helps her a lot, as they synergize very well if he's running Decapo. And my number 1 brawler for Gem Grab is going to be Tara. Tara has the 4th highest win rates at 56.8% and the 4th highest use rates at 4.6%. So, as I've said many times, Tara got 2 buffs that I don't think she really needed, and now I think she's one of the best brawlers in the game. Her health buff put her in the middle of the pack for mid-range brawlers, which is fine, but they also buffed her damage, which I think was a mistake. She now does a ton of damage when she drops her super on a brawler and gets close with all 3 shots loaded. It basically guarantees her a kill every time. She also benefits from the bush heavy maps out right now, as her gadget allows her to see in the bushes, which means if an opponent gets low on health, she doesn't have to waste ammo looking for them. She can just pop her gadget and chase them to push them back or finish them off. All of this makes her one of the best lane brawlers in Gem Grab, and the stats show this as she has high win and use rates right now. Alright, I doubt anybody noticed this, but 4 of the brawlers on this Gem Grab list are repeat brawlers from last time. Sandy's the only new one, and he was an honorable mention. Not surprising, as none of the other 4 brawlers got nerfed, so I don't know why I expected all new brawlers, honestly. But with Gem Grab out of the way, let's move on to Brawl Ball, the most popular 3v3 mode. So, as a heads up, the list for Brawl Ball is a mess this time. A lot of the high-use brawlers have very low win rates, so I had to extend the use rate list to 15 instead of 10. I'm happy with the brawlers that turned out on the list doing it this way, but if you disagree with any of it, let me know. Alright, let's get started with the honorable mentions. Daryl. Daryl has the 14th highest use rate in Brawl Ball at 2.7% and a 53% win rate. The win rate is just a shy too low to make that list, so he didn't make the cut, but he's still definitely a good choice in Brawl Ball. Ems. Even after they killed her gadget, she's still relevant in this mode. She's very close to making the win rate list, missing it by just 0.7% and ranks 6 in use rates. While her gadget isn't what it used to be, it can still be used to knock the ball out of opponents' hands when defending, and her super and damage still work amazingly well in the mode. Max. After her damage buff, she's one of the best brawlers in modes where you need to get up and down the map quickly. Max actually missed both lists this time around, but she still has very good win rates, being just 0.3% short of ranking. And while her use rates are still outside the top 15, I think this can be partly contributed to her mythic rarity. I won't be surprised if the next time we do this list, she does make the top 5. Now, with the honorable mentions out of the way, let's get started on the top 5. Number 5 is going to be Sandy, again. Seriously, I'm not forcing him into these lists, it's just the way the stats are working out. He has the 3rd highest win rates at 56.3%, but I'm putting him at number 5 because he's only 15th in use rates. If he was in the top 10 of use rates, I would have put him at number 1. So, everything I said about Sandy and Gem Grab also applies for Brawl Ball. Good constant damage and a big area of denial for your team to hide in are very useful. He also has the benefit of having a fast movement speed, which allows him to get up and down the map quickly, which is another very good thing to have in Brawl Ball. Up next at number 4, we have Nita. Nita has the 7th highest win rates at 55.8% and the 11th highest use rates at 3.2%. Nita is a solid choice for Brawl Ball still. Like Sandy, she deals consistent chip damage, and her health is good enough to make her a decent backup option for a ball carrier. But a big reason why she ranked on this list is because of her bear. It forces opponents back as soon as they see it coming out, and a lot of popular brawlers in the mode, like Mortis and Poco, have a hard time dealing with it. Also, the Hyper Bear and Gadget combo is still very broken, even if you can only use it twice a match. Okay, number 3 on the list is going to be Frank. Frank has the 9th highest win rates at 55.3% and the 3rd highest use rates at 4.9%. I put Frank over Nita because he ranks in the top 10 of both lists, where Nita is 11th in use rates. Frank brings a lot to a Brawl Ball team. He has the highest HP in the game, so he's a natural ball carrier, and his super provides wall break and an amazing stun if you can catch people in it. And he has a fast movement speed, so he can get up and down the map when he needs to. He can be a little tricky to play if you're not used to him due to his attack delay, but he's great once you get the hang of him. Number 2 on the list is going to be Tara, of course. Tara has the 6th highest win rate in Brawl Ball at 56% and the 9th highest use rate at 3.3%. We talked about Tara already. Good health, good damage, great super, and she can see into the bushes. She's always been a very good brawler for Brawl Ball, and like I said, she's one of the best brawlers in the game right now, in my opinion, and the stats support this idea. I'm going to save some time and just move on to number 1. Number 1 is going to be Jackie. Jackie has the 5th highest win rate at 56.1% and the 10th highest use rate at 3.2%. To everyone's disdain, Jackie is still a very strong brawler in the game. She still does a solid amount of damage, being able to 3-shot most brawlers, and can also attack through walls. She has a good amount of health and a star power that can reduce incoming damage, which makes her have around 8,000 HP if I remember right. That's a solid amount of HP for a ball carrier. But the biggest reason Jackie is so strong in Brawl Ball is her fast movement speed and her gadget, which gives her a 20% speed buff when used. This allows her to pop her gadget, grab the ball, and shoot right up the field before anyone realizes what happened. Her health and her movement speed make her very hard to stop when she is in the right position for this to happen. Overall, I think Jackie's kit is built to be very strong in Brawl Ball. So, like Gem Grab, Brawl Ball had a few repeats as well. Jackie just missed the cut last time, and Sandy was an honorable mention, but Frank, Nita, and Tara were on the list last time. I'm not surprised about Frank, as he wasn't affected by the balance change, and Tara is very strong right now. But Nita was a little surprising to me. I know Nita has always been really good in Brawl Ball, but if I remember right, they reduced her gadget usage since the last time I did this list. So I would have expected a brawler like Max to take her spot. But like I said, I won't be surprised if the next time I do this list, Max actually breaks through the top 5. I know this video was a little longer than the videos I usually do, so if you made it all the way through, I want to thank you. Doing multiple modes, of course, is going to make all these videos a little bit longer, so depending on how the videos perform, I might have to find a way to shorten them. That might mean dropping honorable mentions or talking about the brawlers, but we'll have to see how they perform first before I make any decisions. Anyway, let me know what you think about this, and what mode do you like to see next. Well, that's going to do it for today. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.